Oh, it's great. It's you know, it's like coming home. Obviously, growing up in Arkansas, and then you know, my parents still live in Dallas, and my brother lives in Dallas, and of course, being in Monroe for 3 years, Stephen F. for 4. I mean, right along this freeway has been pretty much home for me for a while, and it's great to be back.
Coach, from a recruiting standpoint, since I know Junior Day is coming up pretty soon for you guys, talk about the fertile area of Louisiana, South Arkansas, Mississippi that you guys get to recruit from.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to be back in this area recruiting. I had some, obviously, some ties that I had made from when I was here before, both in the Dallas area, across East Texas, northern Louisiana, Mississippi, and southern Arkansas. So I've just fallen right back in, hit the ground running. And it is a pretty quick turnaround to get ready for Junior Day and all that stuff, but we're working as hard and fast as we can do it right now, as well as trying to get a defense installed with coaches and then get ready to install it with players. So we're running pretty hot right now.
What's the challenge for you as a defensive coordinator with all the defensive struggles they had last season to overcome that and just put your stamp on the program so they can be better?
Yeah, I don't really look at last year at all. I don't really care about last year. I don't want to know about last year. This is a new group. We're a new set of coaches, and we're going to attack this one day at a time. We're going to get better every day. We're going to go out and get better fundamentally. We're going to get our system installed, and that's the goal for this spring, is to get better every day and just see where we can go. But as far as looking backwards, I'm just not one to do that, and so I'm just looking nothing but forward and really excited about this opportunity.
Schematically, what can people be looking forward to this spring and next?
Multiple. Multiple. I'll say that.
You know, for you, it's just interesting because I grew up in Arkansas. I remember you as a Razorback, as a matter of fact.
You got a great memory.
I've got a great memory. Those are the days of Razorback football, you know. But bookending your college career like this, one holds in another. You know, what is that like?
Well, it's great. I've known Skip a long time. Not necessarily in this kind of a setting, but you know, I was playing when he was in high school and playing for his dad. I learned a ton of football from Coach Holtz and his staff that was there at the time, and it seems like every job I've ever had has come from somebody who is in that tree. And so, and that's kind of the way coaching works anyway. And so I'm really excited about it. And again, you know, and everybody that I had talked to that had ever worked with or for Skip always said great things about him. So I'm excited about it, and I have not seen anything since I've been here to make me think this was anything but a great decision. You
know, one of the things that, you know, memory is pretty decent, but not exquisite. Who were some of the defensive coaches when you were there up on the hill there with Lou? And you talk about that coaching tree and how much you maybe borrow from some of those guys.
Sure, borrow a great deal. My freshman year, Monty Kiffin was the defensive coordinator, and we went to the Sugar Bowl, and my position coach was Bobby Cope. And then the next year, my position coach or my coordinator was Bobby Cope, and my position coordinator was my position coach was Jesse Branch. And I actually went to Arkansas first as a receiver, so I played for Coach Branch, then went and played for Coach Cope, then came back and played for Coach Branch. And then my junior year, Don Lindsay came in, and Rich Olson was my position coach, and Don Lindsay was my coordinator. So for 3 years, I had different coordinators and different position coaches. And then my senior year, I moved to offense, so I had another different coordinator and the same position coach in Jesse Branch. So it was a constant deal of I didn't really worry about who they were so much as what I could learn from them, and then, you know, always I prided myself on being a team guy, and you know, that's what I had always been. I was raised by a coach. The coach that's had the most influence on me in my life is my father. He was a high school coach in Arkansas for a long time, and then also overseas. More of a basketball guy than a football guy. I always thought I was going to be John Stockton, but it didn't work out that way. But yeah, all those guys had great impacts on my career, as well as obviously Coach Holtz.
Was there something about Monty Kiffin, even when you were a freshman, and probably, you know, the world's going by 90 miles an hour? Was there something about him that you thought, God, this guy, he may know something that other coaches don't know?
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's always been phenomenal since the day. He was the guy that actually, quote unquote, recruited me as a walk-on. So I was actually going to go to Arkansas Tech, and then he recruited me as a walk-on. So I just loved him, and he's enthusiastic. He was just unbelievable. And then getting to know Coach Cope, couldn't be any closer. And then Coach Branch is like a second father to me. I've known him since I was 15 years old. So it was a great time at that time. But yeah, Monty Kiffin's unbelievable. His knowledge of the game, he's forgot more than I'll ever remember, but he taught us all a bunch at that time, especially between him and Coach Holtz. There's probably not two better fundamental football coaches on the defensive side of the football maybe that have ever coached the game.
Describe for me the process of getting to know the players and what's that going to be like for you, what your goals are to try to look at what's on this roster and how you want to utilize them.
Well, we've done that already. We've really gotten started at doing that, not only in the morning workouts, the winter workouts, but also just having them come in and sit down and visit and get to know them, jump right in it academically as far as getting to learn them as a student. And I've started really with the safeties because that's going to be my position group, but I've also tried to branch out, obviously to the linebackers, D-line, and the corners, and it's going to be a great learning process this spring, and that's what makes it really exciting. Is that not only do I have obviously a whole new staff to work with, other than Coach Egan. Coach Egan and I worked together at Vegas in '92, and so I've known Stan for a long time. But it's just an exciting time, and we're all going to learn together. And so we're just going to go out and work hard and do the best we can do every day, and then at the end of 15 practices, kind of look back and see where we are and what we need to do better and go from there.
How much does this offense kind of help prepare the defense to be even better, just with how many weapons you guys have on offense in this offense?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know a lot about our offense, just simply because since I've gotten here, we've been really more concentrating on installing our system and then also watching recruiting tape. So to get to know the recruits in this area. So I haven't looked at a lot of what they did last year, even defensively. I looked at a little bit just because to try to get to know personnel a little bit, the ones that are back. But as far as like offensively and stuff, I really don't know that much about it, and I'm excited about seeing what they'll put on the field out there. Whatever they put out there, we're going to try to defend it, and then we'll go from there. And I'm sure there'll be some adjusting day to day, but for the most part, our big thing is to get our system in and get what we do on film.
Coach, you've got two pretty highly touted safeties out of Louisiana that are young players in your defense, and Kentrell Bryce and Lloyd Grogan. Just in the winter workouts, what have you seen from those two guys?
Been very encouraged by both of them. Both of them are athletic. They both look in the eye when they talk. When you talk to them, they can run. There's a lot of potential there, but as we know, with potential, you have to coach it and you have to hone it and you have to. It has to be able to perform not only on the field but off the field. So we're excited I'm excited about those two, as well as the other guys that are in my position group, and then some of the other guys I've seen defensively, athletically.
How do you
go ahead.
How do you like the athleticism overall of the defense?
Well, from what I've seen, we're going to be young and athletic. That's what I've heard, and so that beats the heck out of being even old and slow. So hopefully we'll put some people on the field that can run.
Take us through the process of you coming here. The Skip contact you, or did you see the opening, contact him, and when things started kind of jiving and falling into place, what was that? What was your reaction to moving back down here?
It's like basically every job I've ever had or gotten. It's a kind of a combination of the two. People that I knew, people that he knew, and it just worked out the way it did. Obviously, he went through a process, and I was at Cornell and was obviously very interested. I contacted him to let him know of my interest, and eventually he contacted me back. We talked, had great conversations, went from there. I came here and visited with the staff, was very impressed with the defensive staff that was here, and everything worked out, and here I am. So I'm excited about it.
Coach, you say you'll have a multiple look defensively, schematically. Can we expect a 4-3, a 4-2-5, dime, all of the above? Lots
Pretty much all of the above. Really, whatever our personnel allows us to do, but my background has been mostly 4 down, some 3, mostly 4-2-5, but some 4-3. We were more 4-3 oriented at Ole Miss. You know, like I said, a little more, and even maybe some, you know, some nickel personnel with it just depends on who we feel like gives us the best chance to win. I'm not one that likes to put myself or my defense in a box and say this is what we are and make the kids fit to that. My job is to find out what these kids can do and put them in a system that works to defend what we have to defend in this league. And the way offenses are going these days, the more speed you can put on the field, the better. And a lot of times, the more cover guys you can put on the field, the better. And I think you're seeing it go that way. You still have to do that as well as people in the NFL are finding out, stop the option. And everybody's doing the one-back option now, and the gun option, and the pistol, and all that stuff. And so, all those things that come together to form what we can do best. So that's a roundabout answer to say, to be honest with you, I don't really know. We'll figure it out as we go. But we have a plan, and we have a system. And the system is flexible enough to be able to work around those parameters.